were talking a little bit about the Mwamba Children's Choir, and they came and visited us. Who remembers where are they from? Where's the Mwamba Children's Choir from? What continent? Sophie?
Uganda.
They're from the country of Uganda. And where is Uganda? Hunter?
Africa.
It's in Africa. Who can point to Africa on the map for me? Who can come up and point to it? Zach, can you do it? Where is Africa? Good, right up here, the yellow one.
I was really surprised about what they liked. They really liked stuff that we just like walk past, like the computer or just outside the snow. It's just different. We take for granted the computer and everything because they don't really go on one every day.
At lunch I heard them, and surprisingly they spoke English very well.
Well, I was really surprised, like Brooke said, all the joy that they brought to people when you would think, oh, they lost both their parents, they're not going to have that much joy, they're just going to be kids that are dancing because they're dancing. But then you meet them and they can make up America with all the joy that they have in their hearts. And it really surprised me because like they just loved everything we had, and like Josh said, we just walked by it. They were actually happier than I would expect some of those people down there to be, because like they were really like jumpy and stuff. Like they had a good time, and it kind of made us have a good time watching them. Every time they would say, "What's that?" Like they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, a doll! What is that?" I'm like, "It's just a doll." And then they left, and I'm like, "It's a doll!" And I have so many of them, but they don't have one. So
when we were playing, we taught them how to play football, and we thought they wouldn't do that well, and they end up turning out to be better than us.
I was really surprised, like when we were asking them questions, I forget who, but somebody was like, "What do you guys like to eat?" And one of them said pizza, and one of them said chicken, and one of them said rice. And I was just really surprised by that. I thought it would be like vegetables and that kind of stuff, like what you could grow.
Well, I thought it would be like a good experience to just see people that are from a completely different continent all the way thousands of miles away. And it's probably going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience unless you go somewhere. I'll just like, whenever I see somebody that is a lot different than me, I would say, well, they aren't that different. They might be all the way on the other side of the world, but we're all alike.
They were entertaining us, but they were teaching us because they live in poverty and we give whatever we want when we want it. And they really taught me how, because like I have a million books at home and I never read them, and they were so excited just to have one book in their hands. So they really taught me, and I think they taught everyone else. And just their smiles, they brought joy to my life, and it was contagious.
it reminded me that their home is different than our home, and we're not poor, we don't have a lot of money, and we take that for granted. And so it's really different to know what it's like to be in a different world where they are. I learned that most of the children don't have parents and they don't have much food.
Well, both of them make you realize how blessed you are and how fortunate you are to have a house and family and food and water and all that. And they both just make you realize that you don't need a lot of things, you just want them.
We were learning about Uganda, and you would think like how they didn't have lab tests or anything, but then when you started talking with them, we weren't that different from them. They were just kids like us.
It's like very hot and dry there, and it's near the equator.
Like, it was just amazing, some of those stories. Like, some of them had lost both of their parents, and some of them
had lost one, and I just can't believe that they can just handle that, because if I lost both of my parents and still won, I don't think I could handle it as well as them.
I liked them singing. I thought they had really good songs. They were really good. I liked them playing games with us afterwards and eating lunch.
They were really happy being here, and it was really fun to watch them.
Well, the children's choir was amazing.
Just when they were singing, it was awesome.
I like the Uganda Children's Choir because they had really good dance moves and that they could sing and that it could like warm your heart some.
I like the children's choir a lot, and I wish they would come back and sing for us again, and I think they're very cool.
Really cool to watch them, and they came all the way from Uganda, which is really special to our school, and it was just really fun to just watch them sing and dance, and they were really joyful up there.